Continuing our series on locating summer bucks, this is round number 2 here in Kentucky. If you have any questions about trail camera placement, don't hesitate to send me a message or leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. A little bit over a month ago, I got out here, did my initial set on trail cameras, set right around 15 trail cameras. A little bit over half were cells, which I've been getting pictures on, and we've got some good bucks located in one specific area, and other ones are quiet. So my goal for this weekend is to not only check the SD card cameras and see what hidden movement is on those, but also take the quiet cameras and cluster them in areas that we've got movement. So we're a little under 2 months away. Let's get after it. Due to the extreme sensitivity of these hunting locations, actual images will not be shown. Viewer creativity is advised. So my initial trail cam set a little over a month ago was very productive. We've got 5 different shooters located, and 2 of them are absolute giants. So yesterday I didn't talk a whole lot. We were trying to get out of that location that we located, that big 10 point, and we really ran into some beds kind of accidentally. Weren't expecting them to be exactly where they were, but that's okay. We collected the data and we got the heck out of there, and now we know that next time we won't just venture into that area. But we've got trail cameras set up on 4 different main access routes in and out of that primary bedding. They're backed up against a pond, the backside of a pond, tucked into this nasty thick underbrush, a lot of stinging nettles in there. Where they're located, they are bedding anywhere from 20 to 50 yards off the backside of a pond, and then they're not 100 yards from primary ag on different, so they can run 2 different locations to hit primary ag fields. So they've got a fantastic little spot there. We found the first camera we pulled that down there showed a lot of good intel, and we found an even better trail up on the backside of that pond dam that they're probably using more often. So 4 main access routes in and out of that location, and then the rest of it really is a lot of cover and not easy in and out. So we feel really good about our locations there. That was kind of the strategy going into figuring out that bedding area. Now this next spot to this big 9 point, he's got a little bit bigger range than what it looks like that 10 point is using. So we're having to set a few more cameras on this guy to try to figure out exactly where he's at, where his primary bedding is. And I'm going to stick quite a few focused mostly on the north facing slopes. They're on the leeward side of the ridge for a south wind that we're getting for the prevailing winds this time of year. So we went ahead and set 8 cameras on this big 9 point. We got them spread all around the field and up in the ridges. We've got a really good idea about the general area he might be bedding. There's a really good bench that runs the length of that north facing slope at the bottom side of that top third. So it's really lush, nice forage, a lot of heavy trails, and lots of cover. Easy direct pass down the point, down into the bottoms where they're crossing the creek into the main ag, and there's nothing on top. Found a lot of really big tracks, which obviously is not necessarily him. We have no way of knowing that for sure, but it's definitely a big deer. So knowing that, there's a decent chance that it could be him at least. So he's kind of using that field, taking it from the corner, going to one opening or the other, kind of depending on what he's feeling for that day. So that also means that he's coming down that initial point. So we've set up cameras kind of in the bottoms like we did. We scattered them like we did because we want to know the main point that he's coming off of. There's a whole bunch of points feeding down into the same general area. So there's a lot of trails and crossings and whatnot at the creek. So we want to know exactly which point he's predominantly coming down off of. And if we can figure that out, got a very good idea that he's bedding just up on that bench that we found and up in the grass and whatnot. So that was kind of the strategy moving into today. We already got pictures. Also, I got a text while we were out there, got that big 10-point already on camera. He was gradually kind of walking over down the ridge and peeking over down into his bed. You can see him kind of cautiously kind of taking a few steps and peeking down into the bottoms. To shows you how cautiously these deer move, especially these big bucks. They're not just going to gung-ho walk blindly into something. They're going to pay attention, take it slow, and be cautious about their movements. Feel really good also while we were walking about to find access routes. There's a lot of ditches that we can walk in on. You know, on this section where we got the big 9-point, and then on that 10-point we've got some road access. That would be really good to walk in on and really keep our disturbance down. So knowing where he's predominantly feeding and where he's predominantly bedding, then we can figure out our access around that, so we're not walking through the main ag or into the staging areas during our entry or exit routes, both. The key here, what we're doing is we're keeping our options open, keeping our mind open, and we're not getting stuck on one specific idea. We're paying attention to what they're doing and letting the deer tell us where they feel the most comfortable. So thanks for watching, y'all. Very good trip. I'm super pumped about this second pull here. We got one more trip probably before we come back to hunt. So we're going to gather a lot of intel on these cameras over the next month, and that'll tell us a lot about what's going on. That next pull is probably going to be where we truly figure out where we're going to kill them. So thanks for watching, y'all. Please hit that like and subscribe button. See you on the next video.